What's going on, guys, and welcome to Watch It in Action. That's not the right fucking intro. What's going on, guys, and welcome to... What the fuck is the name of this series again? What's going on, guys, and welcome to Going Analog. I'm your host, BouseFeenux, and this is a show that is about board games geared towards video gamers. So, I wanted to start you guys off easy, being this is the first episode. I wanted to start you guys off with one of the very first games that I picked up myself when I started getting into tabletop gaming. That game is Boss Monster. So, this is a really awesome game with a very cool premise. And if you're a video gamer that likes Castlevania, Super Metroid, any of those kind of side-scrolling pixel art games, you're going to love Boss Monster. This game has one unique twist, though. We're actually the bad guy. The goal of this game here is to create a side-scrolling dungeon, and you're the boss of that dungeon that's luring in heroes to try to kill them and steal their souls. So, that's pretty freaking metal. I think it's awesome. Let's jump in and take a look at the components here real quick. Okay, so basically how this game works, it's a card game designed for 2 to 4 players, and everything you need to get started is right here in this box. You don't need anything else. This game is only $20 pretty much, and I think that's a fantastic price point. I've got tons of hours in this game, and I absolutely love it. It's super easy to teach people, and it's very easy to learn. The instruction booklet, if this is your first board game or card game, anything like that, the instruction booklet is kind of intimidating. It's a little on the long side, but it kind of details the rules very well, and there's a lot of really cool videos out there, including one that I've done with my local comic shop, Heroic Adventures. We do some of the board game videos and how-tos and stuff like that, but I wanted to gear this more towards video gamers than board gamers. So let's take a look at some of the stuff in the box here. You got a quick start guide. This is really cool if you forget the rules or if it's been a while. Like, I haven't played this game in a very, little while, so I might need to check this out and get back into it, but it condenses the rules very well. You can get in, you can take a quick look at this. It's pretty much just a snapshot of how to play the game. A lot of board games are including these now, so you don't have to, trudge back through the rule book, anything like that. So that's really cool. This game does have an expansion. This is the first Boss Monster, and there actually is a second one. You can get one or the other. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to have the first one to play the second one, anything like that. It's a very simple game. You buy either one. I recommend getting the second one because it's just a more upgraded version of the game. It's got a lot more cards. It's got some new mechanics, and it's pretty interesting. Either one, though, you're going to have a good time with. I actually think the first version of this game is out of print, so you may not be able to get it anymore, but the second one is going to be just fine for you. So we'll open this one up here, too, in a second. But anyway, the premise is really cool. You've got your dungeon tiles. You pick a boss at the start of the game. There's different spells you can play, and a lot of these bosses are basically puns or recreations of different characters in video games. You got a seductress, kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a succubus kind of thing. That's kind of cool. You got Zyzax. He's the lich. I think this guy is kind of a stab at Super Metroid. Kind of like the brain in Super Metroid. Draculord, you got King Croak here. He's kind of the flagship boss. But lots of cool different characters. They each have their own little abilities as you level up. By killing heroes, you level up, stuff like that. You get different abilities throughout the game. Very, very awesome setup here. As you can see, the art is very well done. The pixel art is very well inspired. The card art is really cool. And as far as the components go, like the cards themselves, the quality is very, very nice. That is pretty much Boss Monster. It's a really cool game. Like I said, if you're into, Castlevania, Super Metroid, anything like that, this game is really going to scratch that itch for you. It's got the pixel art. It even has some cool little accessories that you can get for it too. I've got this mat here that kind of, makes playing a little bit more interesting. I love getting mats. If there's a mat for a game that I have, I'm pretty much guaranteed gonna get it because mats just make games 100% better. Once you get into board gaming and you play card games a lot, you'll figure that out real quick, that having a mat is awesome for you. But like I said, this game and its sequel are pretty much around the $20 to $30 price range. Very low level of investment for getting in and experiencing one of your first card games. Very easy to learn, very easy to teach, and like I said, you can get either one of these. They're both a standalone. Let's open this up real quick, and I'll show you guys the difference. There's really not much of a difference between Boss Monster 1 and 2, honestly. They took pretty much everything that was good about this game and expanded on it, so really happy to own these. And this one actually comes with, I haven't opened this because I want to sleeve this game eventually, but it comes with a little expansion. It's got some holographic cards. It's really cool. You have your heroes. pretty much like in the other game. There's two different types of heroes. There's the epic heroes, and then there's the standard ones. And the awesome thing about this game is no matter what number of players you're playing this with, it actually scales. You'll notice that cards have these little meeple emotes on the bottom of them, and that determines how many players you have in your game. So if you're playing with, you know, only 2 players, you'll keep every card in that has these 2 meeples on it. Any more than that, and you take those cards out, and the game is scaled. So that does a couple things. It makes the game more playable, especially if you're a beginner card game player, stuff like that. The game's not too difficult for you. And also, more importantly, it cuts down on game time. It gives you a solid, balanced game. And as far as a beginner card game goes, like getting into just board gaming and stuff like that, I definitely don't think you can go wrong. Like I said, this was one of my first board games. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been an episode of Going Analog. Again, I'm BouseFeenux. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to support this series with a like. I'd love to do more of these, show you guys some more games from my collection, and maybe bring in some other stuff that even I haven't played yet. So if you guys have any suggestions for games that you'd like to see on this show, leave them down in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. And again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Peace out, guys.